my name is Sade, and in this video I'll be talking about how to be more productive, how to be wise with your time, and how to make the most out of your day. So, just a quick disclaimer, obviously you're not going to be productive overnight. These things take time, it takes dedication. As they say, Rome wasn't built in one day. So don't leave this video thinking, oh my gosh, tomorrow I'm going to be the most productive person ever. Obviously that's amazing, but it's basically about building little habits one at a time and building on those things, and then over a long period of time you see yourself and you find that you're getting things done in a more efficient way, and that's what this is about. So even me, I struggle with this a lot. Literally takes me a long time to get into things, to understand what's important, to understand prioritizing, to not procrastinate, which is what we all do. So I hope this video literally helps you, and I hope after this you're able to implement those little steps that you need to take in order to be more productive with your day-to-day life. So first and foremost, make a simple to-do list. Now don't overwhelm yourself by thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta do 50 things today. You could, but likelihood is you won't. So literally make it simple. If there's anything that's similar, try and group them together. People suggest that you start with the hardest thing first, because that's when you're awake, you're alert, and you need to keep that momentum. If you start with the easiest thing, by the time you get to the end of the day and you're doing the harder things, you're going to be tired, you're going to be unbothered. But if you've done the hardest things first when you've woken up or whatever, then it gets easier and easier and easier, and then you're able to do it more easily. I would also say set small goals for each task. So let's say your task is, for example, to go to IKEA and buy a new wardrobe or something like that. You would set a small task like, okay, cool, which IKEA am I going to today? What list do I need to bring with me? What do I need to bring with me? And that's literally you setting yourself up to buy that wardrobe that you're going to get from IKEA. I know this is a very strange example, but it's the first one that came to my head. So literally, if you have a big task that you need to do, break it up in small chunks, because then you find that it's easier facing the small chunks than the actual big thing as a picture. Sometimes looking at things as a whole can be very, very overwhelming, or can be very, very like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready, push it to the side. But if you break it up in small bits, it's easier to handle, it's less overwhelming, and then you find yourself, your mind literally tricks you into doing it without even knowing that you're doing it. This is all mainly goal orientated, but let's say it is to go to IKEA and buy a wardrobe, and then you need to come back and fix your garden, and then you need to take your clothes to the dry cleaners. Don't try and do everything at once. Literally finish one thing off before going to the next. I think people know this already, but sometimes, like me personally, I find myself, I start, then I pause, do something else, then I pause, then I do something else, and I pause, and then it's just like, okay, what was I doing again? Or okay, where am I at again? So literally finish one thing before you move on to the next one. It's more time efficient for you. Two, I find that when you're in that zone for that thing, you're able to finish it quicker rather than stopping and starting, because then you just feel like, okay, cool, I'm not bothered anymore. So I would definitely say finish one goal before you move on to the next. I know it sounds simple, but I'm sure you're watching this out there and you're the kind of person that does 5 things in 1 hour and you've not finished any of them. So it's like, what have I been doing for that 1 hour? I've started so many things, but I've not finished anything. Literally finish it off and then move on to the next thing. You might be a visual person, you might be a person that keeps things in your head, whatever. Find a way to delegate what you need to do and stick with it. So if sticky notes helps you, put sticky notes up saying, okay, to do, finish this. You need prompts, you need reminders, things that will help you to be more productive. Let's say it is to, go to the shops and you wanted to quickly do something else. You're gonna forget to go to the shops. So literally leave yourself a sticky note to say, okay, this is what I need to do, or this is important. Or sometimes you could use your calendar on your phone, you could use reminders on your phone. There's so many apps out there that will literally wake you up and remind you to do that thing that you need to do. There was a point in my life where I was literally at uni working. I was so busy and I had things to do, on the side. something that I did, which was very cheeky of me but very effective, was to literally hire my little sister to be my personal assistant. So literally I paid her. I would pay my little sister to help me complete small tasks. So things like completing applications form for me online, things like grouping things in order, cleaning my apartment. I know it sounds very like, girl, you could do that yourself, but guys, I was literally so busy and so overwhelmed. I like getting things done. I hate things being left on the side, and I'm the kind of person that wants to get things done at once. So literally, if you're the kind of person that you feel like, okay, cool, I'm overwhelmed, I have so much going on, I don't know what to do, you might have to consider hiring someone to help you out there, literally. I mean, I'm not saying hire your little brother or your little sister, but there's apps where literally you could hire a cleaner, you could hire someone to shop for you. There's literally apps or even websites where you can shop online, so you don't have to take time to shop. Literally map your day in a way that you don't have to do as much, so that way you can focus and dedicate your energy to the things that matter. For example, if it's to finish up with your work presentation, or if it's to finish up with your job application, or if it's to finish up with building that wardrobe, whatever it may be. And you know you need to cook, you know you need to go shopping, you know you need to, you know, do the application or whatever. Maybe source out and try and find someone to do that for you, and then you just pay. And then at the end of the day, it might not even be a big fee. Sometimes, you know, you're a tech savvy person, you create yourself a business card, you want to create yourself a CV, you want to create yourself, you know, something. There are things like Fiverr where you can pay people to do this for you, and it doesn't even have to be so expensive. It could be something relatively cheap and affordable. Literally source out if you need to, because it saves you time. Even though it doesn't save you money, it saves you time. And I find in life, things are like that. It's either you save time or you save money. It's like how you could take a bus or a train to the same place. Obviously, a bus is cheaper than a train, but a train gets you there quicker. So you think, train and spend more money, or bus and spend less money, even though bus takes me a bit longer, you know, and you weigh up like that. So it's the same thing with life. If there's anything that you don't need to do yourself that you could pay someone to do for you, if you have the means to, just pay for someone to do it for you. I'm lazy. I wish I could pay someone to do everything for me, but at the same time, I'm the kind of person that I like doing things by myself, because I'm the kind of person that no one can do it as perfect as I will do it. So it's crazy, but hey, if there's anything that you can get someone to do for you, pay a little bit of a fee, just do it. And that way it saves you time from doing that thing, and you can put it to doing something else. I hope you know this, but literally your physical environment dictates how productive you are. So if your house is a mess, your room is a mess, you're not gonna want to work in that environment. So if you need to throw stuff away, throw them away. If you need to declutter, declutter. If you need to change your light bulb, change your light bulb. I'm very specific. I have a daylight light bulb, which means that it's as bright inside as it is outside. Some people have something that you call the yellow light bulb, or red light bulbs, or colorful light bulbs in your living room. I'm like, what are you doing? This is just gonna make you 1, sleepy, 2, tired, and 3, it's not good for your eyes. Change your surroundings to make it more nature, more relaxing, more like it would be outside, so that 1, you're more awake and alert, and 2, it gives you that energy, that buzz, that just being awake. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of offices in central London, they have large windows, and I bet you those offices are the ones that cost the most. Why? Because windows obviously bring light in, and they know that, you know, research shows that having daylight, all those things, it keeps a person awake, it keeps a person productive. That's why in winter, if you're a student, you're not gonna want to go to the library in the winter. 1, it's cold. 2, it's dark, and the darkness just makes you tired, makes you sleepy, it makes you unfocused, doesn't make you awake, it makes you drowsy. And that's why people say paint the inside of your house white, or like a yellow, like a natural color. I went with brown. I didn't know this, but I might paint over it, you know. But yeah, paint it a light color so that it's literally, you feel like you're outdoor, you feel like you're awake, you feel like you're alert, and you feel up and bright and sharp. So yeah, if you're a student and you're trying to revise, if you're a worker and you're trying to get work done, if you're just a busy mom or a busy dad and you're trying to get things done, surround yourself with things that keep you awake, keep you energized, Turn that soft music on. Maybe not if it makes you sleep, but anything that keeps you, you know, awake, bubbly, jazz, anything like that, turn it on. Open the curtains, turn the lights on. I would say, you know, declutter. Sometimes I go as far as sitting on the floor rather than sitting on the couch, because the couch is so cozy. And the same, do not study on your bed, you will fall asleep. So if it means sitting on the floor to study, if it means sitting on the dining table to study, do so. And if you have a coffee shop by you, if you have the library near you, go to the library. Your house is literally the most comfortable place. You will fall asleep, you will get distracted, all those things. So try and stay away from situations like that. Another thing that I will say is put your phone down, like especially if you're using it for internet browsing. Unless you have to, then fair enough, but try and take a laptop with you. And I say this because on your phone obviously you can use the internet, but as soon as a message pops up, you're flicking on that message. If a WhatsApp message pops up or if an Instagram notification pops up, you kind of want to see what's going on. So try and put your phone down. If you're going to study, put your phone on silent and then put it in your bag. Don't even leave it on your table, because the notifications will pop up and then distract you. So try and use your laptop, try and use the library's computer if you can. If you have to use your phone, then do use your phone. But what I've done, not everywhere, but I've mainly done it on Instagram and Snapchat, is I've turned off my notification so that I don't see anything pop up until I open the app. And that literally means that I'm not distracted, my attention is not taken away from me, and I'm not spending so much time on my phone. I feel like once you're in your phone, especially Instagram, you can spend hours on it, and that's not cool if you're trying to be productive. So turn off notification, put your phone on silent, try and not use your phone if you can. And if you do, then turn off notifications. People say to find your peak hours. I think it's about 2 hours or 3 hours. Some people wake up at 5 and they're like on job from 5 till 7. Some people, for them, is the night time. They're able to stay up at night and work late hours. For me, strangely enough, I feel like the afternoons are best for me. Like a time between 6 and 8 p.m. I don't know why, but I find that after I come back from work, I'm very, very energized to get things done. I go to the gym sometimes, I read a book, or I chill out, or I go for a jog, different things like that. I don't know why. Those afternoon times are what works for me, but you need to find what works for you and stick to that. And sometimes you could be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do about 2 hours or 3 hours, but then you find that 2 hours or 3 hours pass really quick, and then you're still in the mood to go on. If you're in the mood to go on, even after the time you've given yourself is past, continue, and only stop until you feel yourself draining out. It's so hard for me to get into that zone of, you know, getting work done and getting things done and sticking to it. So even when I go to the library, sometimes something that I like to do is set time to how much I'm going to spend. So for example, if I'm at the library and I get there from 6 and I'm leaving at 8, I could be like, okay, 6 to 6:15, I'm going to prep, get everything done, get my equipment out, just quickly browse, see what I need. 6:15 to 6:45, I might research, try and look at past papers, see what there is, and then 6:45 to 7:30, I might actually do the past papers, and then I time it like that, and that makes it more manageable for me. I feel like when I go free flow, like no time, it's one, for me it's boring. Two, I have no agenda of the day, I don't know what I'm going to do, and then I'm not really allocating my time wisely, because for example, I could spend too little time on something and too much time on something else. But when I give myself a time, like a specific time frame, it allows me to break things up better, and it allows me to be focused even more, because I know that, cool, okay, I have 10 minutes left and then I have to move on to the next thing, so I can't be diddly-daddling or fumbling around and things like that. So I need to be literally on job. So I would definitely say to try and do it that way, because it's just really more effective. And it might not even be with library things, it could be with anything to do with job, to do even with shopping. Okay, cool, I'm going to spend 30 minutes at this shop, and then I'm going to go to this shop for another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go to that shop for another 15 minutes, or I'm going to spend this long at this aisle. If you're like me, I could spend hours food shopping. I don't know why, but I love to compare. I'm the kind of person that I read the ingredients at the back of the package as well. So literally I have to time myself, okay, cool, I'm going to spend 15 minutes in this aisle, another 15 minutes in this aisle, another 15 minutes in that aisle, and then I need to go. So if you find that you need to break your time, be strict with yourself. Literally do not go free flow if you're not the kind of person that can handle or manage your time well. be strict with your time, and that way you know that once time is up, you're going, you need to go. Another thing that I will say that I've been doing, and it's really, really, really effective, is to be accountable to someone else. So whether it's your partner, your friend, your little sister, little brother, your mom or your dad, your child, literally just be like, okay, I have these things to get done by this time. Could you check up on me to make sure that I've done it, please, by this time? So then for me, it works for me because I know that, cool, this person is definitely going to ask, okay, Shade, well gone, like, what's going on with this? Have you finished it? And I have to say yes. I'm not a liar. I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. I can't be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm finished. They will know that I'm lying. So I have to be on job and I have to get it done. And so I know that, cool, by this time I have to get it done, and this person's going to ask me about it. And if I haven't got it done, okay, I'm in trouble. So that's just how it is for me. So I will say definitely, if you're the kind of person that you are good at being accountable to people, be accountable to someone in terms of your productivity calendar as well, so that you're reminding yourself, but then someone else is also reminding you. And yeah, I feel like that really works for me, because it's just like I'm able to remind myself, and then someone's able to remind me just in case I've forgotten or I'm overwhelmed. And then you find that if you are overwhelmed, the person will be like, okay, should I help you with it? Is it something I can do? And that way you're not doing it all by yourself, and that's really, really helpful. Another thing I would say is look at pictures. It sounds so silly, but sometimes, you know, you have goals and you have little rewards. So for example, if you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an artist, you want to be a graphic designer, whatever, have pictures of those things up on your wall. And then when you're studying, or maybe have it as a screensaver, and then when you're studying or whatever, it pops up, or you're looking at it and you're like, cool, I have to get this done because this is what I want to be. And then you're looking at it and you're like, cool, this is my drive, this is what's going to energize me to get it done. It sounds so silly, but it works also really, really well for me, because sometimes I can get a bit sidetracked, and I'm a visual learner. I like to see things visually, so it kind of stimulates me to keep on going, because I know there's an end and finished product that I'm looking forward to. So I obviously look at pictures. Some people look at pictures because it makes them happy and it keeps them going. For me, it keeps me going because it's like, cool, I need to get this, I need to have this done. It might not be pictures for you, might be just writing it down somewhere, pasting it up on the wall, having that, you know, vision board or whatever. Get it done, and literally it will drive you to be more effective and be more determined and be more mindful. And then also, if you feel like you're procrastinating, you're like, cool, I can't procrastinate because this is what I need to do, this is what I need to get to, this is who I need to be, this is what I have to have. So it kind of keeps you going in that aspect. So whether it's a car, whether it's a job, whether it's a type of house, whether it's a child, whether it's clothes, whatever, just place it up, picture it up, have it as a screensaver, have it on your wall. When you wake up, you see it, you have it, you keep it going, and you're there. So obviously I understand that, you know, for some people it's really hard to be productive, it's really hard to be mindful of where their time is going, especially if the energy is being sapped out. For some people might be anemic, some people might have low iron. So I would definitely say speak to your GP, speak to your doctor in regards to supplements that you can get, or visit the pharmacy and see what vitamins there are, which will help you to boost your energy, help you to be a bit more alert, stay awake. And also exercising helps. It keeps you awake, it keeps you going, it, you know, pumps that blood. So yeah, maybe wake up in the morning, work out a little bit, go for a jog, and then you find that you're awake and you're alert, and then you're able to carry on with the rest of your day to be productive like that. I find that when you wake up early, you get more things done. So if you're the kind of person that wakes up in the afternoon, try and wake up a little bit early. There was a point that I was waking up at 6, 7, not bad. I need to get back to that right now. I wake up like 7, 8. So even that's the thing, I'm telling you guys this, but I'm also working on it for myself as well. So I'm not like I'm here sitting all perfect and everything. I'm also trying to continue to be productive, trying to better how I spend my time, trying to improve what I do and things like that. So yeah, we're on this journey together, guys, as always. So yeah, I've recently started working out, trying to be more awake and trying to sleep later. I feel like I sleep a lot. I'm trying to sleep a bit later. And yeah, just try and find out what works for you. Obviously everything's going to be trial and error for a little while, and then you find your feet and you find what you like, what you're good at, you know, the surroundings that you like, the lighting that you like. So guys, definitely change your light bulb. Like I said, try and find the daylight light bulbs. Those are really good ones, and they're really helpful, and they help you to save energy and then also to be a bit more awake, and then it kind of brightens up your home as well. And I would also say keep it fun. If you need to have a buddy to help you do these tasks, have a buddy. Like, have a shopping buddy, maybe someone that you guys go and shop together, or a study buddy, someone that you study with, or a colleague. You know, don't try and make it just you, because then that also makes it a bit hard, because you're accountable to yourself, whereas when you have someone else with you, you're accountable to someone. And if you're like me and you spend ages shopping, when you're with someone you can't spend ages shopping, because you're kind of like thinking about the other person that wants to go, or you're thinking about the other person that is in a rush and things like that. So try and make it fun, keep it bubbly. If you need to have music whilst you're studying or whilst you're trying to get work done. If you're shopping, put your earphones in, shop, you know, time yourself, have a timer on your phone. There's so many things to be productive, literally. Don't just feel like you have to be boring. Think outside of the box and try all these things out that I've mentioned, and let me know how they go. And I hope that you guys find this super useful. If you have any other recommendations or things that you feel like I should have included or mentioned, do put them in the comment section below, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.